We're gonna start off with Travis over here.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm Pete. I'm Lecky, and this is Kid Fresh Clothing. And you're watching from a poly perspective.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sony with Soul Stable Network.
And I'm the No-Handed Bandit, and you're watching from a poly perspective.
And we're coming to you from Samoa, Inc., 5809 South State Street.
We here in Utah for the past 2 months have been blessed by the presence of a Tufuga Tatau.
That's right, one of very few in the world. Right here, he was doing some traditional be'as and malus. And earlier this month, we got to hear a little bit of his wisdom and his knowledge during the Talanoa series.
But if you missed it, no worries, because the fat cameras have been following around Tufuga Su'a, Tupuola, Uilisone, Fitiao.
That's right, so keep it locked. We've got a 2-part series. This first part, we're going to follow a little bit of his journey of what it took to become a Tufuga. So sit back and enjoy.
There's a Samoan art called Tatau. I started with the Tatau. I was in the high school, and I was a good artist in high school. It's one of my favorite things to do, to draw. So I was taught by an old lady over there. Her name is Mary Pritchett. She comes to the high school and teaches art. And that's how I started falling in love with the Samoan pattern, because it was something new to my eyes. Beautiful. And we didn't use any papers to draw on it. We draw on this paper that was made out of a bark of a tree. You know, that's what's so unique about it. So I started from there. Then I come across a gun, a homemade gun machine. So I start tattooing on people. I wanted to learn more, really learn about this art. The right way of us Samoan do the tatting. So I asked my dad one day if he knows somebody that does this stuff, and he said, "Oh yeah." So he went and asked the guy if he can accept me as a student. The guy, he said to my dad, "Yes, send your son over here." I packed my bags and flew over to the other island, Samoa. Over there, I got accepted under the Suluape clan. First, I went to the guy's house. Got a long hair, a little bit longer than this. He said to me, "Come Monday, we're tattooing, and your hair. You can't come tattoo if your hair's like that. So you gotta cut your hair real good, because you're not allowed in the house of tattooing if you wears that kind of hair like that." So I went and cut my hair, and till now I still have my hair saved at the house back home. It reminds me of of my tattoo training. I was taught under Rafaele Suluape, name of my master. You have to serve a master to become a tattoo artist like this, to become a master. Yeah. He said, "Your eyes, look at what the boys are doing." And when he was ready to start like this, and he goes, "Oh," pull out a cigarette, said, "Here, light me a cigarette when I want to smoke a cigarette." That was my first job. The first thing I started after is to pull like what the boys are doing. And after pulling, I start moving to the ink, how to make the ink. After the ink, slowly moving into how to make the tools. But at the same time, you're still pulling, and from then you learn the pattern from looking every day that you're pulling. Live there at his house, and then sometimes after tattooing, I fly back to American Samoa, and when it's time for us to tattoo again, he'll call. And so I hop on the plane and flew over there. I quit for a year, and my dad was saying something to me. Now you're gonna look like the rest of all the other Samoan guys. They quit. All these years you went, sacrifice yourself to learn. And now you quit. And one day I was drinking my beer, and I'm saying to myself, you know what? Papa's right. I better go back. So I pack my backpack again and hop on a plane and fly over to La File.
Why did you quit?
Well, it's a lot of work, a lot of sitting down, pulling, and you know, you can't go anywhere. You have to stay with all the people that do tattooing, you know. Because on the island, when we tattoo on the island, we go to villages. And if we go to villages, we'll stay over there for like 2 to 3 weeks, and then we have a break. So then we go back home, but my home is in American Samoa. It's not over there in Samoa. So my Tufuga will go to his home, and then I got nowhere to go. So, but I got families back over there, so I don't mind. I go hang out with my family. 6.5 years.
In the beginning, was it hard to make a living?
It was hard because we don't pay for our tattoo back then, bro. It was a culturally thing. The way we pay it, you know, with fine mats and food. This is what I do for a living. Right here, tattooing. This is how I pay my bills nowadays. Yeah, you sacrifice a lot to learn this, huh?
Hope you learned something new and enjoyed watching.
Tune into part 2.
I must admit, Sony, that watching this video will never be as good as hearing Wilson in person.
No doubt, no doubt. Definitely something, you know, that you got to experience firsthand. So come out to the Talanoa series.
Amen to that, Sony. And a big old thanks for everyone out there watching from a poly perspective.